Vanillaware are the masters of 2D action RPGs, both in quality of gameplay and the beauty of the design. Vanilla has one of the best track records for outstanding games. They're one of the last bastions for raw talent, as they often produce phenomenal games with extremely tight budgets. Dragon's Crown was the prime example of making the most out of a $1 million budget. Some people should be taking notes. Odin Sphere is often heralded as the breakout game for George Kamitani's little company. Well, it just received a high-definition remaster in Japan, and it's set to come out in the rest of the world very soon. If you've played any previous Vanillaware games, you've come to expect large hand-drawn sprites and a fully orchestrated soundtrack. I would taper those expectations a little bit before playing this one. Vanillaware released an 8-bit version of Odin Sphere Leifthrasir after enough fans retweeted information about the HD remaster, and I was pleasantly surprised at the attention to detail within this little browser game. This is really smart marketing on their behalf. The game opens with a chiptune rendition of the Odin Sphere theme song, something akin to what you would find in the Sunsoft discography back in the day. I spent a longer than usual time on the title screen just listening to it. Before hopping into the game, I would recommend setting up a custom joy-to-key binding to play this with a controller. There's only 4 buttons, and if you want to replicate the original Odin Sphere, this is the way to go. You play as 8-bit Gwendolyn, who is a Valkyrie princess. In essence, this is a game about slaying an endless wave of enemies on the surface, but there's more going on here. Gwendolyn uses her Cypher Sphere to slash her way through endless goblins and chimeras. She has a forward standing attack, and her signature Valkyrie dive, where she swoops down on enemies from the sky to attack for double damage. She also has the advantage of floating in air if you hit the jump button mid-jump. In doing so, she can make hairpin direction changes to assist in dodging and attacking enemies. Mastering these simple controls takes some getting used to, especially if you've never played the original. This is a typical action RPG. The more enemies Gwen defeats, the more experience she earns. When she levels up, her attack or health will raise 1 point, and she also gets the additional benefit of having her HP fully restored. Sadly, there's no magic or alchemy present in this version, but what can you expect for a free title? Enemies will occasionally drop potions that fill up your life to full. As you go along, enemies will also get stronger and more frequent. You'll find that using your Valkyrie dive is kind of a double-edged sword, as it can save your life or get you into trouble. There's no invincibility frames for Gwen when she lands from her dive. Later on, red and blue chimeras will do heavy damage, and since their patterns of hopping and dashing become faster, you're gonna take damage far more often. You'll rely on leveling up to refill your health more than finding potions. Occasionally, a tiny mandrake will run by, and if you're quick enough, you can kill it for a ton of extra experience points. So that's about it. There's only one stage, and when you die, you're treated to a game over screen which displays the other Odin Sphere characters' weapons, and Gwen praying in the middle of them. There's an option to tweet your high score too, if you want to do that and brag to your Japanese speaking friends. Anyway, the game gets really tough in the later waves, and I was only able to make it to level 13 before I wussed out. So there may be more to this game than I'm presenting. My biggest takeaway from this experience was that I'd like to see more advertisements like this from game companies. In fact, I'd like to see an expanded version of this little browser game made for the Vita or mobile devices. But don't take my word for it. Check the description below and tell me if anything lies beyond level 13, because I'm a scrub lord. Thanks for watching, and if you like reviews like this, then go check out these videos with hyperlinks. I made these with Sony Vegas. I'm kind of a pro level 13 on Sony Vegas. Pro level 13 in this game. See you next time.